Welcome to the next video in a course in discrete mathematics. This is lesson 1 regarding propositions. Before getting going, I'd like to just give a quick summary of what you can expect in this video. So we're going to give the definition of what a proposition is, some examples and non-examples of propositions, and some exercises as well as assigned reading. So to begin with, let's start with a very direct and simple definition. A proposition is any statement which is either true or false. If a proposition is true, then we say that its truth value is true, right? So this is a definition of the phrase truth value. And also the truth value can be false. So, right, the truth value is either true or false, depending on what the given proposition is. And so let's look at some examples of propositions. So for instance, quote, all triangles have 3 angles, right? That is either true or false. In particular, in this case, that is a true proposition. Ljubljana is the capital of Slovenia, true proposition. Lagos is the capital of Nigeria, false proposition. Next, let's see a collection of non-examples of propositions. And the first one will be the exclamation or the greeting, hello. So that is neither true or false. It is an expression, it is a sentence, but it is not a proposition. Next, let's look at the question, or for the fancy, the interrogative. What time is it? Again, neither true nor false, so not a proposition, although still a sentence. Next, let's look at x is greater than y. Now, this is not a proposition, but in fact, it's not even a sentence because x and y are undefined. And so this is meaningless. This has no meaning until x and y are defined. Okay, now let's get to our first assignment. And to begin with, I want to just give a reading assignment. Some of this will cover some of what we've talked about in lecture. There will be a little bit more than what I've just lectured on, but it should be relatively readable. And so I just want you to go ahead and read everything that has to do with propositions, conjunction, disjunction, and negation. In my 8th edition copy of the textbook, that means subsections 1.1.1 and 1.1.2. So that's just where these basic concepts are defined and introduced, but we don't go much farther than that. So you'll see conjunction, disjunction, negation, but don't go too much farther than that. And next, let's discuss the first assigned exercise. So to begin with, I'm going to give you a bunch of sentences or expressions, and your job is to decide whether they are propositions or not. And for the ones that are propositions, you should decide what their truth value is. And the exercise propositions are 1.A is going to be go to the store to pick up eggs. 1.B, 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1.C, x plus 1 equals 2. 1 plus D is, or point D, is the capital of Mexico is Canada. And finally, for 1.E, we have the expression, if x equals 2, then x plus 1 equals 4. And finally, I just want to end the video with an invitation to ask questions. So if you see anything in the textbook or anything in these lessons that you find confusing, please leave a question in the comments, and I may be able to either answer them in the comments, or for more involved questions, I may be able to make a video and add it to the playlist to resolve any confusion.